Hello there and welcome along. The Gardener Ben here with your next rose review, and you're probably thinking, golly gosh, Ben, that rose is absolutely enormous. He's actually stood up, he's not bent down or kneeling or not sat at a table. Full disclosure, this one's actually up on a table for today's review. This is a Renaissance bush rose grown here in the UK through Trevor White's Roses. The Renaissance collection of roses bred by Denmark breeder Poulsen, all bred for the same attributes and qualities. And I want to talk you through a few of those before we talk about this particular rose, which is called Sophia. All of the Renaissance roses have the same qualities. They're all bred for the same things: good disease resistance, hardiness, and most importantly to the Renaissance rose, a strong and sturdy neck. Meaning if you're a florist, or if you want to grow this particular rose for cutting and bringing it into the house, you can buy a Renaissance bush rose with utmost confidence that this one is going to stand tall and proud and cut in the house very, very well. The necks are really strong with the flowers held bolt upright towards the sky. And on this particular rose, which is called Sophia, meaning it's particularly picking up this lovely rich amber gold color in this wonderful sunlight that we've got today really, really nicely. Sophia, as I say, supplied by Trevor White's Roses, grows to around 3.5 to 4 feet tall and around 2.5 feet wide. As you can see, a nice upright shrub, meaning that if you wanted to grow this one as an upright informal hedge, this one would do really, really nicely as a boundary hedge because it's fairly slim in its growth habit, coming up nice and tall. It also means that as for cutting, you've got lovely, long, slender, very, very strong stems. This one is hardy in zone 6 through to 11, capable of taking really cold temperatures. It has astonishingly great disease resistance, which is very important to the rose breeder. This one really standing up to disease problems really well. So it was going to rebuff mould, mildew, black spot. The bloom held upright. So if we do get inclement weather here in the UK, water is going to drain away from the flower and not actually cause too much balling, which you sometimes get with a lot of the more modern roses. This one bred in 1999, so it's not particularly old, but some of those lovely qualities unfortunately being lost by many of the rose breeders today, with floppy necks and high petal counts, which means they waterlog and get really quite mushy. This one's standing up to the changing climate really, really well. The foliage is broad, fairly pale. It has a smoky texture to it, a smoky hue, mid-green I would describe this as, with a smoky grey hue to it. Really very, very attractive, and you can see absolutely faultless, completely spotless foliage on this particular one. Although 2005 has already been a really bad year for most people, with mould, black spot, mildew coming in from loads and loads of different stress points. This one, Sophia, rebuffing all of those absolutely beautifully. So I'm proud to offer Sophia an 8 out of 10 for disease resistance today, which I know many of you will find really, really astonishing. So 8 out of 10 are issued to this rose for its disease resistance. Thorn count, it has a medium thorn count. Thorns are present in all parts of the growth. But you can see if I just cut this stem here, the actual growth you want to cut, if you want to cut Sophia and bring it into the house, is virtually thornless. There are a few small barbs there, nothing particularly difficult, and very, very easy just to knock those off. I say it's the length of the stems that's going to draw most of you to this one if you are wanting to grow a rose and bring it into the house or use it in floral arrangements. Nice, strong, clean, strong stems. This one up to about sort of 12 to 14 inches long. If I shake that about, you'll probably think that's a strange thing for me to do, but just proving that bloom is bolt upright on that really nice strong neck. No wiring involved, no structure involved. This one is going to stand up in a vase really well. Flowers are produced individually like this one here, and in small sprays and clusters, maybe a couple to a stem. This one up here, four buds to a stem. The colour is really, really rather lovely. A rich golden amber glowing from the rose there. A nice quality, giving it plenty of texture and form. The petals actually pointed along the top edge, giving you that lovely wavy look to the flower. So plenty of texture, plenty of form there. The buds, a nice pale apricot, orange streaked. Again, there's a nice swelling at the back of this one. I haven't had this one too long, so I can't actually tell you whether this one is going to produce hips, but a swelling at the back of the flower like this. A lot of you quite surprised that not all roses produce decent hips. So it's nice when you find one like this with a nice swelling at the back. A telltale sign that this one is going to produce really decent fruits. And when breeders are bringing roses together, you often need one of the parent plants to actually produce decent hips, to be able to actually harvest the seed from in the first place. I'm going to do the vase trials on this one. I'll cut this one and bring this one into the house and let you know how long in the caption this one actually lasts in a vase. But Sophia cutting really well, strong bolt upright stems, which I know a lot of you will be looking for. The fragrance on this one, very different too. It's rich and warm and spicy, so there's notes of pepper and sandalwood at the back there with notes of clove. But I noticed from an earlier opening flower, if I bring this one into the camera, this is obviously just opening up now. Very, very same structure as you would do with a hybrid tea, that telltale swirl right in the center of the flower. The fragrance on a new flower is actually slightly different to one that's fully open. I get notes of new and fresh nicotine off of it as it first opens, and then you've got that warm, spicy, peppery sandalwood and cloved edge as the flower edge ends, and then there's notes of honey at the very, very back of it. It really is very, very pleasant. I'm going to be awarding Sophia from Trevor White's Roses a 7 out of 10 for fragrance rating. So a very, very nice, strong fragrance on this one too. All round a really lovely upright rose if you're looking for something to cut and bring into the house. This one is Sophia from Dutch breeder Poulsen, part of the Renaissance collection and available here in the UK through Trevor White's Roses.